Hey guys, today I want to talk about a quick tip that I use to get off Centerlock hub nuts. Now here are two hubs. This is the Centerlock hub, and this is a 6-bolt. I'm not going to be dealing with issues removing the 6 bolts. That's relatively easy and straightforward. The thing that this video is focusing on is the hub nut on this Centerlock hub. That's all I'm going to be focused on today. So let's get into it. So these are the tools that you're going to need to follow this method. Basically, you're going to need two clamps. Might not need to be exactly these clamps, but 2 small clamps. You're going to need a special tool that will catch into the indentations on the nut and allow you to remove the nut. And you're going to need a piece of PVC pipe or some type of pipe. And the pipe needs to be big enough so it'll go over the handle of the wrench like that. Now, just to really focus on, this is the hub nut. It's black and you can't see it that well. Here's one that's been removed, and this is a golden one. But what this has on it, it has little indentations there. And what you've got to do, and also this thing is supposed to be put on at 40 Newton meters. And you know, typically it is put on extremely tight just because of where it's located. If it comes loose, it'll cause a real problem with your braking. Now, what happens is you have to get the tool to fit into these serrations. So just to show you here, the tool, this particular tool that I have, will need to go into the little indentations there, so that's what allows it to move it. Now, this is very thin and it's on very tight. Now, when I'm going through and removing this, basically I have 2 problems. One is that when I have the wrench on here and I'm trying to put pressure on it, it will come off and it will cause me to basically strip out or damage the little indentations. The second problem I have is that once you get on there, this is not quite long enough to be able to get the leverage you need to break loose 40 Newton meters. And so what I'm doing here is I'm going to put this piece of PVC pipe on there so I can really press down on it to get it off. But once again, as you're putting that pressure on, if this comes off or comes loose, which is very easy to do, it'll damage the indentations. So here's how I deal with this. I get my wrench on there, and then I take these clamps and stick those in, and then I just basically tighten it up onto the wrench. So I've got it in there. I've got it in there. Maybe on that one I need it a little bit over. So what I'm going to do is put it on there. So now at that point I have it so that the clamp is holding the wrench on. Now, it's not on super tight, but it's on tight enough to keep it affixed so that the wrench is affixed to the nut. Now, when I put my PVC pipe on here, I can go in and apply pressure, and what will happen is it will move, you know, it'll move, but the clamps will hold it flush up against the nut. And once you break it free, you can just remove the clamps like that. Just get the clamps off. And then once you've got it broken loose, then you can just very easily remove the lock nut off of the bike. Well, there you have it, guys. That's a little trick I use to remove the nut off of a Centerlock hub. I hope I've given you guys something to think about, and I'll see you at the top.